Hi, first graders at home. This is Mrs. B. I'm at my home, and I wanted to take a few minutes just to record a video or two so that you can work along with us at home. I'm hoping that next week I'll be able to use Google Classroom from school so you can see our classroom and do some things along with us. I'm just not quite ready yet. I don't have all the passwords and all the codes and all the things that I need to, but I am working on it. So for now, hopefully you can watch this video and do a few things along with us, okay? So my first story is called First Day Jitters, and it is by Julie Dannenberg, and the pictures are by Judy Love. So I'm going to read this if you want to listen along, and then we have a job to do, so if you stick around after the story, we'll be able to do it together. Okay, so here's the story, First Day Jitters. Let me find a good spot where I can block out the light. There we go. Sarah, dear, time to get out of bed, Mr. Hartwell said, poking his head through the bedroom doorway. You don't want to miss the first day at your new school, do you? I'm not going, said Sarah, and pulled the covers over her head. Of course you are going, honey, said Mr. Hartwell, as he walked over to the window and snapped up the shade. No, I'm not. I don't want to start over again. I hate my new school, Sarah said. She tunneled down to the edge of her bed. How can you hate your new school, sweetheart? Mr. Hartwell chuckled. You've never been there before. Don't worry. You liked your other school. You'll like this one. Besides, just think of all the new friends you'll meet. That's just it. I don't know anybody, and it will be hard, and I just hate it. That's all. Will everyone think if you aren't there? We told them you were coming. They will think that I am lucky, and they will wish that they were home in bed like me. Mr. Hartwell sighed. Ugh, Sarah Jane Hartwell, I'm not playing this silly game 1 second longer. I'll see you downstairs in 5 minutes. Sarah tumbled out of bed. She stumbled into the bathroom. She fumbled into her clothes. My head hurts, she moaned as she trudged into the kitchen. Mr. Hartwell handed Sarah a piece of toast and her lunchbox. They walked to the car. Sarah's hands were cold and clammy. They drove down the street. She couldn't breathe. And then they were there. I feel sick, said Sarah weakly. Nonsense, said Mr. Hartwell. You'll love your new school once you get started. Oh, look, there's your principal, Mrs. Burton. Sarah slumped down in her seat. Oh, Sarah, Mrs. Burton gushed, peeking into the car. There you are. Come on, I'll show you where to go. She led Sarah into the building and walked quickly through the crowded hallways. Don't worry, everyone is nervous on the first day, she said over her shoulder as Sarah rushed to keep up. When they got to the classroom, most of the children were already in their seats. The class looked up as Mrs. Burton cleared her throat. Class, class, attention please, said Mrs. Burton. When the class went quiet, she led Sarah to the front of the room and said, Class, I would like you to meet your new teacher, Mrs. Sarah Jane Hartwell. So, who was Sarah all along? When you were listening to the story, I don't know if you were like me and thinking that Sarah was a student in the class who didn't want to go to school. At the end, we found out that Sarah was really the teacher in the class. So today, we're going to work on this paper that goes along with our story of the first day jitters. Jitters means that you are nervous. It says, when I came to school this morning, I felt. Now, I know you guys are at home, but you have been to school before, and you might even feel a little bit nervous about starting school at home, or maybe you feel happy or excited, or maybe you feel sad about starting school. Maybe you are angry about having to wake up and do some work after being off all summer. So draw me a picture that shows how you felt when you first started school. Then down at the bottom it says, now I feel. So maybe after hearing a story, after looking through some of the things that I sent home, maybe you feel different. Maybe you felt a little bit nervous in the morning and now you feel happy. Maybe you felt a little grumpy this morning about having to wake up and get started on your work, and maybe now you feel excited about learning new things. I don't know, this is up to you, so you can draw me some pictures. Make sure they show your feelings. Think about how you can make somebody's eyes look to show feelings or somebody's mouth look to show feelings. And then on the back, it says, we read the book, The First Day Jitters. We found out that everyone has jitters about starting the new school year, even the teacher. What kind of jitters or fears did you have before coming to first grade? So in the box it says, draw a picture of what gave you jitters. Now jitters can be something that you're scared of, something that makes you nervous, or maybe just something that you don't know a lot about. So what about first grade is something you don't know, or you're nervous, or you're a little bit scared of? It can be anything. It can be doing the schoolwork, it can be something to do with friends, it can be something to do with your classroom, what you do outside of school. So if you'd like to, draw a good picture for me and maybe even write some words, or maybe somebody at home can help you write some words, and that is your job for the story today.